Hello, hello, and welcome, welcome one, welcome all. Let me know if you're hearing me loud and clear in the chat there. If you're a returning viewer, listener, subscriber, welcome back, welcome back. If you're new to this channel, welcome, welcome. Voices in Education is a safe space where we share and learn from each other. We do that in a respectful way to ensure that we are maintaining our safe community, our safe space where everyone feel valued and where we all feel a sense of belonging. So again, welcome, welcome, welcome. I am so happy to have you guys here with us. And of course, we are journeying to Clarendon. Yes, Clarendon is definitely up. All right, Avi, how are you doing? Welcome.
Hello, I'm doing well. Well, I think I'm doing a little bit better than last night, but I'm here and excited to go through this, the Clarendon seats.
All
How
right.
are you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. So right now, guys, we're going to Carlton. Soji, big up yourself. Welcome, welcome. We're going to go to some music, right? So that we can get, the numbers up. All right, KJ, welcome. I see you there. So we're just going to go to a little bit of music. Remember, as you enter, to hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscription button, and let us just continue to grow stronger together. Welcome one, welcome all, and let's get going. So let's go to some music. right, welcome. If you're just tuning in, we're so happy to have you guys here with us. Please remember to hit the like button, the share button, and the subscription button. Are you ready for Clarendon? Ovi, are you ready? Lorna, welcome, welcome, blessings and love. And guys, welcome. This is a safe space, all right? So we accept views from all sides. So if you're JLP, PNP, no P, we just ask you to keep it real and respectful. We give you ways to share with us in the chat. We'll open the WhatsApp line. But here we do not belittle anyone, we don't bash anyone, we don't defame or disrespect anyone. And again, these are just predictions, all right? We don't know what the results are going to be. For sure, at least no one knows. And so we're just predicting based on the information that we have access to. Avi, are you ready for Clarendon?
Yes, I always say it's one done and it is Clarendon. So
Yes, a one
yes,
done
we're
and
all
it's
ready. One
Clarendon.
done.
All right, we like it. Me like it, me like it. Guys in the chat, let me know if you're ready for Clarendon. Who is here from Clarendon? No. I want to see some Clarendon people. Let us know where you're tuned in from. So if you're a Clarendonian, let me know in the chat where in Clarendon you're tuned in from, or where in Clarendon you're associated with, let us know in the chat. All right, we need to see already in the chat for us to just begin the Clarendon. So welcome, guys. We want you to hit the like button, share, 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 tell a friend to tell another friend about the voices in education, and let us just continue to grow stronger together. All right, so let me see. I'm not seeing any ready yet in the chat, but we want to see one ready. Who is ready? Come on, it's Clarendon for sure. All right, so I know we have more than just KJ, Lorna, and Carlton here this evening. Come on, guys, I'm just seeing 7 likes on my side of you. How many likes are you seeing?
All right, I'm going to check and let you know as soon as possible.
All right,
But
no
guys, if
worries
you're
there.
here, just remember, just close the chat. Close the chat right now and just hit the thumbs up button. If you're new here, make sure you're hitting the subscribe button, turning your post notification on. We have a few more parishes to go, and we want you to be here with us and just continue to stay on the boat with us. We do a lot of other stuff, so you will find something that you will like here, and I'm sure you will love the vibe here. If you are a new subscriber, let us know in the chat so that we can give you a warm Voices in Education welcome. I'm
For
just seeing three
sure.
likes on my side, so
Come on,
that's
guys. Well, someone who's in the chat, you can let us know. I'm seeing 7. Garmel, welcome, welcome. Happy to have you here another evening. And yes, Garmel, tell them to do that. Like up the chat, guys. Hit the like button, hit the subscription button, and also type ready in the chat if you're ready to journey with us through Clarendon. All right. And if you're from Clarendon, let us know as well. All right. We want to hear from you. So we're waiting for one ready. I don't think they're ready yet. They're waiting for the number to get to 100. Is it that the case? But we're waiting to see ready for us to begin the parish of Clarendon. The big question is, who will win? Well, these are just our predictions. We'll definitely know come the 3rd of September for sure, and we'll be here for that. All right, so you can stick and stay with us. All right, for our election night coverage, we'll be here until we can, determine, the winner of the general elections. All right, Garmel is saying ready. So, Ovi, let's go. We're going straight to Clarendon. Now, in the context of Clarendon, as you can see on your screen there, we have 6 constituencies or 6 seats, as you would say. Rashan, welcome, welcome. Vivita, welcome. So we have Northwestern Clarendon, all right, or Clarendon Northwestern. We have Clarendon Northern or North, North Clarendon, as some of you may, call it. We have Clarendon North Central, all right, and we have Clarendon Central. We used to it as Central Clarendon. We have Clarendon Southwestern or Southwest Clarendon, and we have Clarendon Southeastern or Southeast Clarendon, all right? So we work with it, same place. Africa, welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy to have you here. All right, so our first stop in Clarendon is up north, so northwestern Clarendon. All right, in the context of northwestern Clarendon, as you can see on screen, we have four electoral divisions. So four divisions. Spalding, Riches, that's the name. You guys can correct me. Frankfield and Thompsontown. All right, so four divisions in northwestern Clarendon. You're welcome, Africa. Happy to have you here. All right, so we're going to go to our candidates. So the candidates for Clarendon Northwestern are Warren Newby of the Jamaica Labour Party and Richard Azan of the People's National Party. All right, so these are the candidates for Northwest Clarendon. All right, so let's keep going. So if you're new here and you do not understand what we do, so we will be sharing the election results for four elections, so from 2007. And if we have to go to the local government, so that's the 2024 local government elections, we will go there as well if because we have a process that we use here, and sometimes, we have to go to we have processes. So when the number one process that would go to first is not really, if we're at a tie, for example, then we'll move to something else. And because we have decided that we're coming to you with one voice. All right. So we're not going to say this is my prediction, this is obvious prediction. We're coming to you with one voice. And we're not going to give you a toss up. We're going to select a candidate. And again, these are just predictions. We don't know for sure what is going to happen. So we encourage you to go out and vote. If you're voting for PNP or JLP, go out there and vote. Support your candidate. The next thing that I want to highlight in the context of these predictions is that we did not access the official list of nominated candidates. So accordingly, we are just focusing on the two main political parties, the PNP and the JLP, based on the information that they have available regarding their candidates. So accordingly, you won't see us talking about third parties or independent candidates because we don't have that access to the information. All right, so let's just move forward. So again, we're up north, so Northwest Clarendon. And when we look at the results for 2007, we noticed that we had Mr. Azan there for the PNP and Mr. Stern for the JLP. So when we look at Spalding, all right, the PNP got that division, but that was the only one that they got. All right. So the JLP, they got Riches, Frankfield, Thompsontown. Now, based on what we see here in 2007, if we're to just look at, support systems for these two parties, we would perhaps at this point, early stage here, would say that Spalding is like a support system for the PNP and Frankfield is looking to be that support system for the JLP. So in the context of this election, the JLP got the win with just under 1,000, but close enough. Just under 1,000 votes there. Ovi, over to you.
Yeah, just under 1,000 is correct there for the JLP's Michael Stern. And, as you highlighted, Spalding the strong point for the PNP in this election. And what they'll have to do in order to win, they'll have to make sure that they maintain Spaldings and work on the other electoral divisions. And the JLP, they'll have to just continue to strengthen their divisions if they want to continue to win. So let us see what happens as the election years roll by.
All right, fantastic. So we move now to, okay, let's go back one, 2011. So now in 2011, we're seeing another picture or another story. So remember in 2007, all right, Mr. Azan, so the PMP, they got only one division, right? And the JLP got 3 out of 4. And now we move to 2011. We are seeing here that, on both sides, so 2 divisions, no, 3 divisions for the PNP and 1 Frankfield remains that support system for the JLP. So Spalding remains very strong for the PNP. And when we look at riches, you see it's, yes, about 200 plus in terms of the difference there. And then Thompson Town is pretty close. So when we look at the win here, it's little under 1,000 votes, right? Again, so we recognize that close enough to that 1,000 mark is now the mark that is separating either party when they win. Because in 2007, it was just under 1,000 votes, all right, separating the JLP from the PNP. And at that point, the JLP was the winner. And then now it's similar in the context of the vote separating both parties, but this time a win for the PNP. Over to you, Ovi.
Yes, and just looking at the numbers for both elections, you can see that PNP maintained their sprawling division, while the JLP maintained their Frankfield division. However, Riches and Thompsontown, those 2 divisions swung from JLP to PNP and aided a win for the PNP in this election. So let us watch and see if those 2 divisions will continue to swing and both parties will hold on to their stronghold, that is Spalding for PNP and Frankfield for the JLP.
All right, fantastic. So now we go to 2016. So in 2016, all right, we see the PNP maintaining Spalding, all right, and moving up in riches. So we see a decline here for the JLP in that division. Over to Frankfield, we see that the JLP held on to Frankfield, but the PNP was pretty close. So we would see some improvement there from the 2011 results for the PNP. And then Thompson Town, again was pretty close. But what we are noticing here is that the winner usually gets, just about 3 divisions, all right, 3 of the 4 divisions. And so again, we see here in the context of the results, again, you could say about 1,000 votes here, Ovi, are close enough, just under, again, separating the 2 parties. Again, here, PNP taking the win. Over to you, Ovi.
Yes, and that's true, just under 1,000. And when you look at the numbers as well, there is no what you apart from the 2 divisions that we speak about, that is Pauline and Frankfield for PNP and JLP respectively. The others are pretty close, and PNP seem to have had the support of the voters in Riches and Thompsontown, and hence that coupled with their dominance in Spalding aided the win. So let's see if those 2 divisions move back to JLP, if JLP will win. So let's see what happens in the 2020.
Oh, yes. And over in 2020, Please note now that we have a new candidate for the Jamaica Labour Party. All right, Mr. Enriquez, and Mr. Azan is still there for the People's National Party. So, in the context of the numbers, obviously, the numbers here, as you can see, went down. But now we recognize just the same that Spalding remains with the PNP, Frank Field remains with the JLP, and the JLP took over Riches, but it was very close, as you can see, 1612 and 1643, very close there. And it was also close in Thompson Town. So I guess the real difference for the JLP in the 2020 election was by virtue of, Frank Field there was significant in that context. And again, here now a closer gap in the context of the win. 5,936 compared to 6,075 for the JLP. Ovi, over to you.
Yes, the JLP taking this one by about 139 votes, so that was pretty close. But if we look at the numbers, some of these divisions there, the votes are pretty close apart from those two standout, the Sparling and the Frankfield divisions. But it's kind of synonymous that with the change of Stern to Henriquez, that the JLP won, and I guess maybe Henriquez did a better job at of getting into the areas such as Riches and Thompson Town. But not much between both parties. When there's just 130 plus votes difference. So that this seat is was closely contested in the 2020 elections.
All right, fantastic. So, in the context of the 2020 general elections, the percentages are for Mr. Cohen, 0.4% as an independent candidate. And then here we have Mr. Enriquez, 50.4%, and Mr. Azan, 49.2% of the votes. Now, in the context of this one, we also went to the 2024 local government election results. And what we see here, as you can see on screen, we have the JLP still maintaining Spalding, and the JLP maintaining Frankfield, and the PNP still maintaining Spalding. And then we see the PNP dominating Riches there. And, Thompson Town was pretty close, you could say, in the context of the votes for the JLP. All right, and so overall, as you can see, 5697 for the PNP when we look at the overall results for the division in the context of the divisions, and the 4,964 overall for the JLP. Ovi, I'm not sure if you have anything to share here.
Yeah, the local government showing that it's pretty close, just the same, and the seat is closely contested by both parties.
All right, fantastic. Thanks for sharing there. And so, in the context of Northwest Clarendon, who can vote? So, right now, who are the people in the constituents you can vote in this upcoming general election? So, we have 28,701. So, just, there 28,701. That's the number of people who are eligible to vote right now in that constituency. All right, so it is this time when we're going to open the phone line, and we ask that you keep it real and respectful. If you know that you're not going to be able to share in a respectful way, please don't call us because we don't want to disconnect. And again, we are just sharing what you want to hear from everyone. Just be respectful. Do not disrespect anyone. All right. Do not belittle anyone, and we'll the conversation going. So I will just place the WhatsApp number in the chat. And let me just take this caller. Hello, caller, you're live.
Hi, friend. Good night.
Good night, sir. How are you?
That's where man got you. You know, miss me agree with you all the while. That's where.
Yeah, that's sure, man. Who you think I go win this one? Azan or newbie?
The call the prediction already.
No, that means you're not following.
Oh, but just come in and drive in my car and be there lie down and I look. I'm looking at my man.
Me know, man. So, all right. So you want to go in the chat and then wheel and come again?
Oh, I'm there on the phone. What may I try to story, you know, my friend?
No, we're talking about Richard, Azan, and Warren Newby. Who you believe is going to take this one?
Me hear what you say, man. That's what I'm going to get what you're talking about. I'm just saying to you, Richard Azan will never win back that seat. That seat is going up as the better candidate. And that's what I'm trying to bring across.
Okay. And
it's going to boil down to who is the better candidate, my friend.
So you're saying Azan is you're saying then that Warren is going to take it. That's your view.
Warren Newby take that seat because Warren Newby worked the constituency. He knows the constituency very well. And what I'm trying to say to you, my friend, let me tell you something. These seats and you see seats that are very marginal. You call these seat battleground seat. These are seats that win by JLP, they win by PNP. No. You see the swing that the Prime Minister have and the popularity of the Prime Minister, it is going to consolidate into the seat itself. And then that is going to give the voters a very clear understanding where they are to cast their ballot. I am a political guru. I know politics.
All right. So we're going to stop you there so we can take another call on this one. So you can call us for the other predictions as they come up. All right. Thank you for calling. All right, guys. So as you can see, the WhatsApp there is pinned at the top of the chat. All right. Garmel is saying that Azan will win this one. Jordan, welcome. Welcome. All right. So come on, guys. The WhatsApp number is pinned at the chat, the top of the chat. Ovi, over to you. Talk to us.
Yeah, I just want to say thanks to the caller. And yes, guys, make sure that you have hit the like button, hit the subscription button, and turn your post notification on. As the caller said, this is a closed seat. So let us know who you're supporting in the chat. I've seen a few persons indicated in the chat, but let us know who you think will take this seat.
Yeah, for sure. So we can take one more short call. So we ask that you keep the calls as usual, as we do each night, under 2 minutes, so that we can move to the other constituencies and open the phone line as well to take a few calls. So perhaps we can take just one more call. So give us a call. We would love to hear from you. And we're just on Northwest Clarendon now. So who will win this one? Let us know in the chat or give us a call. We can take one more quick call right now for Northwest Clarendon. So we're just waiting and we're looking in the chat there. I'm not seeing any comments, any new comments in chat, but I'm still looking. All right, guys, so if you're ready for us to go to the prediction, could you just type ready? So 1, 2, 3, 4. I see the first name. V 1, 2, 3, 4 is saying Azan all the way. Welcome, V 1, 2, 3, 4. Happy to have you in the chat. All right, so if you're ready for the prediction, just type ready. Davian is saying newbie will win. Welcome, Davian. Happy to have you here again. Another evening. Welcome, welcome. All right, we're getting one more call here, so we're going to take this quick call live.
Hi, Voices. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I am great.
Fantastic.
I must say that your analysis and the numbers that you're presenting.
I didn't hear the first part because a call was coming in. You said what did you say about the analysis?
Yes, I love your guys' analysis, what you're doing.
Okay,
The
thank you
numbers
so
you're
much.
putting together and the trends that you're establishing from 2007 to present. The only thing I'll probably ask is that I think the most recent local government election, in terms of how the divisions voted, will have an impact on how the constituency will turn out in this general election. So I don't know. I see you have the trend there for Richard versus Warren. I don't know if you're going to be doing that throughout the night.
I had that. So first we have a process, and especially when it's really close, we go to the local government. So we did that for this seat that we are currently reviewing, Northwest, because I don't know if you saw that, but we had that up.
Yes, sir. I'm looking at it on screen. So for me, I'm calling for Richard as well.
Okay.
When I look at the four divisions, if I can just unmute my TV screen to see it for a second. Just a second, let's go back and look at the chart just a little bit. Chart. Where are you? Just a sec. Here we go. All right. So if you look at the division of Spalding in the last local government election, the PMP won that by what? 800 plus vote. Richie, the PMP won that by 500 plus. You look at Frankfield, which is a strong JLP stronghold. The PMP just lost that by just about 400, no, just over 500 vote based on my head calculation there. And then the JLP won Thompson, which was a surprise to me, but the PMP was still strong.
Right.
So based on the trend from the previous elections, I'm calling this one for the PMP.
Fantastic. Thanks for calling and thanks for sharing with us. And we hope that you call in for some other seats as well.
I'm going to be watching it tonight and calling in as you call it.
All right. Thank you so much for calling in. Appreciate the call.
All right.
All right. Thank you. All right. So there was a caller that we missed. So I'm just going to quickly return this call. So hopefully this caller will take the call. Let's just see, because we try to give everyone a voice here. So let's just return this call. Hello, caller, you're live. Sorry.
Hello.
Could you mute your YouTube feed? Just because we try to give everyone.
Hello.
Hello, you're live. Voices in Education here. Good night. We had another caller, so I'm just returning your call.
Yes, no problem. Basically, we take Richard as another one.
Okay.
Yeah, because be that the previous caller explained. Yeah, we take Richard as another ticket.
All right.
The momentum up there.
Okay. Are you from Clarendon?
Oh no.
Okay. You sound like you have flu. I hope you feel better soon.
Yes, man, that flu.
I hope you feel better soon. Osh, man. So you know if you get some lime and the thing, garlic and onion. Yes, man. All right. So feel better soon. You're welcome. All right, guys. So I think on this note, we're going to go. Let me see. We want one ready to see if we're ready to go to the predictions. All right, one is on. All right, and I see that. And welcome. And Vevita is saying, I think Warren will win. All right, seems very popular for the little time he's there. Cheyenne, welcome. And JLP will win the next election. All right, so we're talking about this seat for sure. Guys, if you're ready for us to reveal, we need to see at least one ready typed in the chat. In the meantime, while we're waiting for the ready, Ovi, Do you have anything you'd like to share based on those calls?
Yeah, I like the way the callers, express themselves. And, I must say kudos to them for being respectful in terms of how they communicated what they were saying and, just abiding by the rules that is set out here on this channel. So we must commend those callers for, always doing that. So pretty much that's it. And I'm seeing Reddy coming in the trap. So I guess you
So
could go ahead.
let's go there. Jodian, welcome. Happy to have you here. And we see the ready there from Africa and Garmel. All right. So, in the context of Clarendon Northwestern, we are predicting that Mr. Azan is going to take this one. And you see our asterisk there. And we are thinking that this is going to be a close one. But in the context of our processes, we are predicting that Mr. Richard Azan is going to take this one. So now we're going to head over. So guys, once we open the line again, we will take some more calls. We're going to move over to the next constituency. Elrado, welcome, welcome. Happy to have you in the chat. And Elrado is saying Warren will win very easily. And Jodian is saying yes by 1,300 votes. Is that for Mr. Azan or Mr. Newbie? Talk to us, Jody. All right. And Cheyenne is sending some good vibes there to the caller and saying that you should drink, chicken soup and black coffee and sweat it out in your blanket. Ovi, you hear some remedy in the chat there. All right, so let's just move now to our next constituency, Clarendon Northern. All right, so Clarendon Northern. And in the context of this constituency, we have three electoral divisions. And so in the context here, we have Ainantown, Kellits, and Croftsdale. All right, so let's just go. And our candidates are for the People's National Party, we have Wavell Hines. And for the Jamaica Labour Party, we have Dwight Sibbles or Sibley's. You guys can correct me. There's a IES at the end. All right, so let's just move on. So when we look at the 2007 results here, all right, so we have Lawrence, so Larry Broderick there of the JLP, Horace Daly for the PNP, and if you're just tuning in, the focus is on the two main political parties because we were not able to access the official list of nominated candidates. So we are using the information provided from the two main political parties regarding candidates for the different constituencies. All right, so here we see the JLP taking this one. Pretty close, if you'd like to say there, and Ovi, I leave those numbers to you. But right away here, you recognize Kellits there, the JLP getting that. But then when you look at Ainantown, it was pretty close, all right, even though the PNP got that. And then over in Croftsdale, it was there for the PNP. And, overall here, we're looking at, I am wondering if these numbers are correct, but of you can double check these numbers for me. Our guys in the chat, definitely double check these numbers. I think we need to double check these numbers. What do you say, Ovi? I'm coming over to you.
Um, Based on what I'm seeing here, we could always double check this one, but the numbers are pretty close as it relates to both parties, especially in Ainantown and Crofts Hill. So well, Ainantown mainly. So if you want, we could double check this one and come back to it. But let me just do a quick double check of the numbers and let you know exactly what is happening here.
Well,
All
it
right,
looks
guys.
good for, yeah, it looks good for JLP. And I am just double checking because they just look so close. We just want to make sure that, guys, we are, and we are prone to error. We are human. And because transferring numbers, yeah, they're good. I don't know if you got the same thing on your end. So, yes, the JLP got this one. Just winning Kellett as the division there, but overall taking this one 6118 to the PNP 5891, albeit winning two electoral divisions. Ovi, I'm not sure if you have anything else you'd like to add to this one.
Yeah, it showed how the Kelly's division was important in this one. Some 704 votes more than, the JLP got 704 votes more than the PNP in that division, and that made the difference. So, guys, it's good when there's a division that's strong, and even if your division is strong for one of the parties, it still means that you need to go out there and vote, because what that does, it helps to balance out the other divisions in which your party might not be as strong. So I'm just encouraging each and everyone to go out and vote as they see how these numbers played out. One division won by the JLP, and they were able to win that seat. So, bear that in mind when it comes up to September 3rd.
For sure, I definitely echo that. And I'm just looking, Jodian, thank you so much for sharing. And Shani saying PMP will clinch Northern. All right, and we'll get there. So want to hear from you when we get there. Vivita, I see you there. And Shani there saying the entire Clarendon has become a battleground. And Mandeville there. All right, so Jodine, all right, thank you for the number there. And let's keep going. So 2011 was a different story. So it was close in 2007, but when we look at 2011, it was for the PNP. So the PNP managed to win all the electoral divisions, and we see the numbers were definitely significant for the PNP. The closest there was, you could say here, Kellett for sure, was pretty close, and we recognize here from 2007 that Kellett appeared at that time to be the support system for the JLP. Now we have seen in 2011 where the PNP, pretty much came up close and took over. So we'll definitely see what happens in 2016. But Ovi, do you have anything you'd like to share here?
Yeah, a major movement in Kellett, like, the JLP took that like 704 votes, I believe, in the 2007 election, and it swung right over to the PNP. So Horace Daly and his team did a great job, I would say, in that, electoral division. But, a strong performance coming in here by the PNP in the 2011 elections, and I guess they solved some of the issues that they have, winning by almost 200, almost 2,000 votes. So that's a strong performance, I would say.
All right, so we move to 2016. 2016, we saw here Mr. Daly, so the PNP getting two of the divisions, and the JLP going back to take Kellett with some control to say, hey, this is our place, somewhat here based on the results. And we see the difference in Town and Craftsville giving the PNP the win, but not as strong as it was in 2011. So, Ovi, over to you.
Yeah, the Kellett division seemed to be swinging quite a bit, but, um, there this elections you could see that the divisions voted more for the JLP, a better turnout for them, and you can see in the gap in terms of the win for Horace Dali there that the JLP is on a mission to close down the kind of dominance that he had the last time. So let's see what happens in the 2020 if this trend will continue with Kelly switching from PNP to JLP and to see if the JLP will close the gap further on the PNP as it relates to the seat.
Yeah, and just to add that we had a new candidate here for the Jamaica Labour Party. So in 2011, it was Mr. Broderick, and now we're seeing Mr. Pinnock in 2016. And you notice Kellett came out strong for the JLP. So in the context of 2020, we had Mr. Daly again, and we see 5345, and you recognize that has really gone down, and they managed to hold on to Crafts Hill, and the Jamaica Labour Party, they held on to Kellett, their stronghold, and also taking Annan Town. So 6,058 compared to 5345. Ovi, over to you.
Yes, the JLP continued on their upward trend in terms of, getting some votes in and town, especially taking that one that usually goes to the PNP, and they also maintain their Kellett's division, and did pretty well in Cross Hill as well, and they took this one. So, a good win. But we could have seen them getting this seat based on the trend coming up where they started closing down the total number of votes that the PNP gets over them.
All right, so in the context of the percentages in 2020, uh, yeah, in the context of the percentages in 2020, so the JLP got 53.1% and the PNP 46.9%. And let's just go to the local government elections for this one. When we look at this one, it's pretty close, but we recognize here that the JLP, they got Annan Town, they got Kellett, and in the context of, and Kellett is more of a support system, JLP, and Croftsville for the People's National Party, they maintain that in the local government elections. All right, so overall, you recognize the JLP got more votes overall, but, close. And, we recognize when we go back to 2020, Cross Hill was the only division for the PNP, and the JLP, they were able to maintain Annan Town and Kellett in the local government elections as well. Ovi, do you have anything you'd like to share here?
Yeah, the local government election, when you look at the total number of votes, almost splitting down the middle. So it shows. I think this is an indication that this seat is going to be a close one to call.
For sure. So on that note, as you can see there with the local government election results, we'll move to who can vote in this constituency. So in the context of Clarendon Northern, 25,357 people are eligible to vote in the upcoming general elections. All right, so now is the time we'll take some phone calls. Who will win? That's a big question. I noticed that the chat is going. All right, Truth or Truth, welcome. Alcia, welcome. Happy to have you back. And Alcia saying you're going too far back. It's a different time now. I'm not sure in terms of 2007. We're looking at what is available now too. All right, but thanks for commenting. And Truth or Truth. Okay, I see your comment there. Gavor, welcome, welcome. Happy to have you here. And Shani saying, remember the JLP lost back the Ain and Town division in the recent by-election. All right, asking by how much? All right, Jodian, I see you there, okay? That was on screen. Cheyenne, all right. And Jodian is saying PNP won it in the by-election. Wavell Hines, all right, truth or truth. All right, so we're getting a call here, so let's take this caller. Hello, caller, you're live.
Hi, good night again.
Good night. Talk to us. Who will win this one?
All right, so I am calling the seats for the PNP.
Okay, let us know why. Yeah.
Reason being, Kellis is an absolutely strong JLP seat based on the numbers I'm seeing. However, in the recent by-election that was held, as somebody said in the chat, the Ain and Town division went back to the PNP by a margin of about 500 votes, I think. This am I remembering. Traditionally, it's a PNP seat. I think 2 of the 3 divisions I'll call fear PNP strongholds, especially at Crafts Hill. Kellitz obviously is strong for the JLP, but I think if the PNP went into Kellitz and did some more extensive work, they may not be able to flip it, but they should be able to at least tally close to what the JLP has been tallying. So based on the history of the seat, based on the trending of the numbers, I'm going to call it for the PNP.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for calling and sharing. Appreciate it.
All right.
All right. Fantastic. Fantastic. Yes, guys, give us a call and let us know. Let us know your views, and we're also checking in the chat. So, Ovi, I'm checking in with you at this point. Talk to us.
Yeah, some good points raised by the caller, and we thank him for his contribution for sure. So, as we said, this one will be one that is pretty close. But guys, let us know what's happening as it relates to like. Are we liking? Let me know. One person, could you put how many likes you're seeing in the chat? We really would like you to continue to support us. Tell us what you think about the program so far and just continue to support us by
All right,
liking
let me
and
just take this
subscribing.
caller for sure. Hello, caller, you're live.
Yeah, I want to look back on this one where you said when this man called for waiver heights. Reality is that a lot of people only talk politics off of the lip of them mountain.
All right, just tell us your view. Don't attack anyone. We don't want you to attack anyone. Just tell us your view.
No, my friend, listen.
Well, I'm going to disconnect the phone call if it is that, because we're not going to disrespect anyone.
And if I said some people just talk off of the lip of them mouth, don't that disrespectful.
No, but you just state your views. You don't need to attack anyone.
I am saying to you, oh, you are assessing the seat. So if you can't tell me something, attack you now. That's not how you assess this election, my friend.
And what are your views? Just state your views. You don't need to tell me of how this is just a place where we share our views. We don't share the same views. Everybody do, we're going to do things differently, and that's fine. Right. If you see the assessment another way, just share and let us hear it.
We're not right, sinners will win this seat comfortably. The only CFC PNP have in Clarendon is Southwest Clarendon. That's the only CFC them have. Okay. All of the rest of the seats go back to the JLP.
Okay.
And Southwest don't even try to see if neither because Robertson is doing some good work down there.
Where?
So, look at it this way and local government, because my last point, local government does not determine a general election because JLP win local government election in 2002 and go on to lose badly the general. So now it's a different era, my friend. And all of these seats, the JLP constituency is well organized. All the seats where you say, well, Richard Azana go win. Richard Azana not winning that seat.
All right,
will win with that.
All right. So for this one, you're saying the JLP is going to take this one. Yeah. All right. So yes, guys. So we are not here to ask you to subscribe to our views. So I just want to make that clear. And I don't want to disconnect any caller. So if you know that you're overly passionate about a particular party where you're not open to hearing other people's views, then perhaps this is not the place for you. I feel, and to my knowledge, you have what would you say now, channels that are for, I guess, strictly aligned to each party. Yes, caller, you're live.
Yes, I truly believe that. Not even believe when we see on the ground that the PNP are voting. The last election, you cannot say that the local government, we do not say anything about the general election. It shows that the people are gaining momentum and they are willing to vote.
Mm-hmm.
So if we see same numbers in the last general election, we're seeing the same number of voting, we're seeing the same trend. So I believe that the PNP will go back to they will start voting in this general election.
Okay. Okay. So who do you believe is going to okay, I guess the caller went there. Yes, guys, so there's no need for us to feel as if we're not able to listen to each other. This is not a cussing place. We don't do those things, all right? We are not we are not into that. All right. So again, welcome if you're just tuning in. And I let me just take this caller. Hello, caller, you're live.
Oh yes, good night.
Good night. Talk to us, caller.
I think Dwight Sibbs will get the second term. I've been in the constituency and I've seen that he have been doing work. Only work that he haven't done is on the road.
Okay.
But the water pipes run. He have made significant changes in Northern Clarendon.
Okay, you're from the constituency?
Yes, I'm from the constituency.
Okay.
I'm not being biased. I'm just talking what I see.
Okay, thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate you calling us. All right, thank you. Yes, guys. So this one, for some people, if you know you can't manage it, just no bother call. We just talk in the chat because yeah. And we're trying to we are trying to Marlon. You don't need to be in the chat. All right. So yes, guys. So because if you're the only person with knowledge, God help us. All right. Everybody, we can learn from each other. So I am here listening to you and learning from you, and that is why we open this space so that we can hear from you. We are not here to just say, this is what we are projecting and you take it or leave it. We want to hear from you. Let us take this call. One more caller on this one. Hello, caller, you're live.
Hello, good night, good night.
Good night. Thanks for calling. Talk to us.
Yeah, I think this election gonna be. I think more people gonna vote than the last election in this election coming up because people are wild up and they're ready to go and we can see the work that the JLP have done.
Okay.
And I think the JLP is gonna win at this election again based on the job that they are doing for the people of Jamaica.
So who do you think is going to win this seat? Wavell or Dwight?
I think Dwight might win it. I think it's gonna be close.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think Dwight gonna win.
Thank you so much for calling and sharing. I appreciate the call.
And people, come out in your thousand and vote. Come out and vote.
Tell them again.
It is your right to vote. Come out and exercise your right.
That is it. So predictions don't determine elections. All right. Tell them again. Vote.
Vote. Do you check Southeast Center yet?
No. We're going up there. If not tomorrow. Tomorrow is the debate. I think we might be able to go do Southeast. We do Center on tomorrow. after the debate.
Okay. And you keep up the good work.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right. Peace and love.
All right. Blessings.
God bless you.
Yes, Avi, that was hot. So that's the last call we're going to take on this one, and we'll just move to another constituency. But Avi, I know you must be around there, saying I'm looking in the chat, and let me see here. I can't pick up, but let's go.
Yeah, just here listening to the callers, and thanks to the callers who are keeping it real and respectful. Guys, remember, we are just making predictions on how we see things. This is voices in education. You might see it another way, but we don't need to be at each other. We're going to be respectful.
Yeah.
We it's
Nobody need to come and bully anybody. And listen, we we just we just maintaining our vibe. And I understand that some of you are new here and you really don't understand how we operate, and and that is why we are just maintaining our calm, because that is really the space. So if you're just overly passionate where you can't see another perspective and you feel like you're going to hug down somebody for their views, then you don't need to call us. I tell you, the phone line is so hot. This is the last one of it on this one. Hello, caller, you're live.
Hello, good night.
Good night.
I've been overhearing the commentary, especially for this particular scene. Um, in regards to my political views, I am mostly leaning to the Jamaica Labour Party. But when I look at the numbers for over the years for this particular seat, the People's National Party always gets over 7,000. Jamaica Labour Party always within 6,000 region. So I would mostly into the People's National Party during this seat, unless maybe the Jamaica Labour Party is going to pull out more voters, or if the People's National Party is going to not come out in their numbers as voters. That's the way I am seeing it right now.
Okay, thanks for sharing. Really appreciate your views.
Thanks.
All right, blessings. Yes, Avi. So let me just go in the chat here, and and let us just see. Yeah, we're just keeping it real and respectful. That is it. And we're not going to pay attention to, I guess, people. I don't know. I really don't know. But they say who know better, do better. And when they go low, you go high. All right, DeAndrea, welcome. All right, and Garmel is saying if Wavell, I guess, win this seat, PNP will win the election. Flex with Joe, welcome. Wavell, wicket. I get knockout. All right. Marlon, I see you there. All right. Shani is saying, okay, we soon reach to that one. All right. We soon reach to that one. All right. All right, so Ovi, our guys in the chat, now it's time. Let us type ready and let's go to our prediction. All right, let us just we need to see one ready, and hit the like button, hit the subscription button so that you know when we go live. And if you're over on WhatsApp, we'll send you the link there, but otherwise you need to ensure that you subscribe and turn on your post notification. So Ovi, while we're waiting for that one ready in the chat, I'm coming over to you. All right, so we see already there, and we're just going to take that ready and go with it. So in the context of Clarendon Northern, we are predicting that Dwight is going to take this one for the Jamaica Labour Party. All right, so let's now move on to Clarendon North Central or North Central Clarendon. So in the context of this constituency or seat, we have 3 electoral divisions. So we have Moko, Chapelton, and Rock River. All right, so let's just go to our candidates. So for the Jamaica Labour Party, we have Robert Nesta Morgan. And for the People's National Party, we have R.J. Dixon. All right, so let's just go to the results. So in 2007, we had Mr. Pernell Charles, so the senior there, and for the JLP, and Mr. Ralph Thomas for the PNP. And as you can see with the results there, a clear win for the JLP, winning all the electoral divisions. Ovi, over to you.
Yeah, a clean sweep for Pernell Child in all the electoral divisions there. A total domination of this constituency in the 2007 election, winning by, over 1,000 votes. So that was a good performance from him. And the PNP has a lot of work to do in this constituency in order to claim it. So let's see if they would be able to make any sort of comeback in the 2011 elections.
All right, fantastic. So let us now go to 2011. So in the context of 2011, all right, we're seeing here a new candidate for the PNP. So remember, we had Mr. Thomas in 2007, and in 2011, we have a new candidate, all right, for the PNP. Mr. Charles is still there for the JLP, and we see here that the gap has increased. So Mr. Charles won. Again, the JLP took this one, but look at the number here. So we recognize that, it has increased for the JLP. Ovi, over to you.
Yes, Mr. Charles establishing himself in the constituency, taking all the electoral divisions again, and more convincingly, and he's establishing himself in that constituency as a strong member of the JLP, and the PNP, even though changing candidates, can't find an answer for what he's doing. So let's see what happens in the 2016.
All right, so in the context of 2016, we had a new candidate for the PNP. JLP candidate remained, and we see now where the PNP took Chapelton, but still it wasn't enough for them to win, and the gap came, was not so wide in this one, if you want to say that, but the JLP got the win nonetheless here. Ovi, over to you.
Another change in candidate for the PNP, and it seemed to have worked. They got the Chapelton electoral division and did really well in the Rock River electoral division as well. Not so well in the Moko division, but it not wasn't enough for them to claim that seat. But when you look at the difference in terms of the number of votes received, you're talking about roughly about 500, just over 500 votes. And, the PNP did some good work there in that election, but Pernell Charles holding firm.
All right, yeah, and it was close, the Chapelton there division, but let's go to 2020. So 2020, Desmond remained there for the PNP. Income Nesta Morgan for the JLP. The JLP regained Chapelton, still maintain the win in the other two divisions, so Rock River and Moko, and came out the overall winner. Do you have any comments here, Ovi?
Yes, a change in candidate for the JLP, and that worked wonders for them. Where Robert was able to get out the voters, especially back in Chapelton, and maintaining the stronghold in Moko and Rock River, winning this one by over 1,500 votes. So that was a comfortable victory, and shows that he had done some good work in that election. And just to say about Desmond Brennan, he did well in the last election, and he was entrusted in the 2020 elections to continue for PNP, and it didn't work out so well for him this time. But that's how it goes. Let's see what happens next.
Well, that's it there for the results. So, in the context of the percentages for 2020, the JLP got 58.6% and the PNP got 41.4%. In the context of this constituency, so North Central Clarendon, 24,854 people are eligible to vote in this constituency. All right, so that's the number there. And now to the question, who will win? I noticed that there are some persons already sharing in the chat. So we'll take about two quick short calls. So we're going to keep the calls under 2 minutes, and we'll just to hear your views. All right, so I'm looking and I'm seeing Robert, Shawnee there, and Veveta, is it Veveta or Vevita? All right, Nesta and DeAndrea is saying you don't need to bring up Central. We're going to go through all of them. All right, and Morgan will win, and Nesta will take it home. Andre saying that is Pernell seat that you're talking about, not an easy flip. All right, Garmel is saying no, we didn't look at the local for this one, Garmel. Truth or truth, keep it real and respectful. All right, we don't disrespect anyone. It doesn't matter which side. We keep it real and respectful. All right. So let's just do that. All right, I'm not seeing any calls coming in for this one. All right, so I think everybody is okay with this one. It's not one of those hot seats, so no, we're not getting any calls. Let's see if we get, we're just going to wait a few more seconds to see if we get any calls for this one. And if not, we're going to go to the reveal. All right, so let's just see.
But in the meantime, guys, let us one person drop how many likes we have. We should have at least 50 likes in
No,
on this live right now.
no, we
So
need to have
you're
like 200. We have over 300 on the live.
Well,
I don't.
let's see where we need to know where we are. So, guys, if you're here, you haven't hit the like button, haven't hit the subscription button. Now is a good time to do that. Turn your post notification on so that when we get to your parish, you'll be able to contribute and share exactly what the politicians are doing in your area. Who are the persons who are performing? Who are the persons who you think will take your area forward? So we look forward to hearing from you, and we look forward to seeing the likes go up, because I know if you're sticking and staying here with us, it's something that you like about this channel. So just give it a little support, man. We are begging for the little support. Your presence here makes this space
Africa is
a
saying
wonderful thing.
54. Guys, no, son, I can do better than that. 54. We have over 300 strong. Come on, close the X and hit the like button. All right. Welcome, Kevin. We didn't check that one for this one. All right. Let us see at least one ready in the chat, and then we'll go to the revelation of our prediction. All right. So one reveal. Sorry, we need to see reveal, and we'll go to our prediction. All right. So if you have not yet hit the like button, what are you waiting for? Come on, hit the like button, hit the subscription button, and turn on your post notification. Africa is saying it's now at 59, so thanks for sharing there. Andre is saying like the channel, people. All right, so hit the like button, hit the subscription button. So once we see reveal, we will reveal the prediction. All right, if you're new here, welcome, welcome. If this is your first time here and you've hit the subscription button and you'd like to let us know in the chat, let us know. All right, all right. Garmel is saying, all right, Garmel, we don't have it on screen at this time. So reveal and we will go. Curtis, welcome. So there was, all right, so with this constituency, we know that a councillor switched, right? I think for the Moko division. So Joel, welcome, reveal. So we have that understanding. So just to put that out there. All right. So let's go. So we're predicting that Robert, so Nesta Morgan is going to take this one. All right. So that's our prediction here. And again, we encourage you to go out and vote, vote, vote for your candidate. All right, your choice candidate, the candidate of choice, vote for that candidate, because if you don't vote, someone else will do it for you. At the end of the day, if you don't vote and you can vote, you're still going to get an MP. You're still going to have a prime minister. So you need to go there and vote. All right. So let's now go to Clarendon Central. Central Clarendon. That's a me pen and a play pen. So we're going.
Just gonna ask you to pause a little bit. I think Andre Blackwood is saying first time. I'm not sure if it is his first time here, but if it's your first
Maybe.
time here, welcome to the channel, Andre. We really appreciate having you here. And seeing Curtis Latibodir saying that it's up to 70 likes. Guys, let us get it up to 100 likes before we get into Clarendon Central. We're giving you about 2 minutes. If you just close the chat, we're not going to go through the slides. We're going to hold on for about a minute. Close the chat, hit the thumbs up button, and let us get into Clarendon Central. We really appreciate having you here. If you love the place, you love the space, give us a like, no man. Show us that.
Yeah,
Show us that
that's
you
how you vote.
appreciate what
That's
we're
how
doing.
you vote for us. You like and you subscribe and you share. You know, that's how you vote for us here. All right, on the
And
Voices in Education.
it's good practice because if we go, we make up a bag of nice for any party that we support, and we don't go and ink up our finger on the election day. It means that we're not contributing to the leadership of the country or to your constituency. Similar to here, if you're here and you like what we're doing, you like the information that we're sharing, you like the conversation that we're having, just give us a like. We would appreciate that. That makes us feel accomplished. That yes, we're doing a good thing, and persons actually appreciate what we're doing. We appreciate having you here because it's a learning channel that we can learn from you. You can learn from us, and we appreciate you being here. So if you think that this is a space that you'd like to come back to, something that we're doing a good thing, we have a good vibe here, just close the chat and hit the like button, hit the subscription button. If it's your first time here, if you have a new subscriber, let us know because we want to welcome you to
Yeah,
this family.
and on that note, Danet, welcome. I just subscribed to this channel and it's Danet's first time. So welcome, Danet. Welcome. All right, Andre. Yes, we looked at Northwest Clarendon and welcome, Andre. Happy to have you here as well. All right, and DeAndre, DeAndrea is ready for us to move on, I guess. But yes, guys, let's keep going. So we're in Central Clarendon, and the candidates are for the JLP, we have Delroy Williams, and for the PNP, we have Carla Watt. All right, so we're going to get into Clarendon. We know it as Central Clarendon. All right, so in the context of the 2007 results, All right, we have Mike Henry. So let's start about Mike Henry, as you know, is popularly known. All right, so Mr. Mike Henry there and Mr. Neil McGill of the PNP. And when we look at all the electoral divisions, oh, I didn't say that. So in central Clarendon, we have here Mapen North, Denby, Mapen East, and Mapen West. So we recognize that the JLP, they won all the divisions except Mapen West. All right. And if you understand that constituency, then you'll understand why Mapen West is not in the JLP's column, but very, very close. Ovi, over to you.
Yes, a dominant performance there by Mike Henry, dominating dominating most of the electoral divisions, and almost taking the fourth one as well. But a strong performance, a win of over 3,000. You can't ask for more from your representative.
Yeah, fantastic, fantastic. All right, so we'll move to 2011. So in 2011, it was a similar story. All right, the JLP taking three or four, in the context of their win over this time, Mr. Richard Watson, and I believe that is Dr. Watson. All right, so that's the context there for 2011. Over to you, Ovi.
Yeah, a change in candidate for the PNP, and the results are similar, over 3,000 in terms of the win. The Mapen West still holding true to the PNP, but the JLP taking all the other electoral divisions convincingly, and Mike Henry continued to be a stalwart for the JLP.
All right, so we'll just move to 2016. 2016, it was not really a similar story. This time, the JLP managed to take all the electoral divisions and having another big win here, and again, a new candidate for the People's National Party. Over to you, Ovi.
Yeah, and it's more of the same thing. And I tell you, with 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 this new candidate for the PNP, this is even this one, the gap is huge, because it's almost 5,000, I would say, in terms of the win this time. And Mike is just showing that Central, Clarendon Central belongs to the JLP.
All right, so we move to 2020. New candidate, Zulika just there for the PNP. She's now in Northeast St. Elizabeth. Um, yeah, I think Northeast St. Elizabeth for the PNP there. And you recognize that the JLP, they went back to the usual three out of four, with the PNP taking Mapen West, but still a big win for the Jamaica Labour Party. Ovi, I don't know if you have anything you'd like to add here.
Well, it's more of the same thing, as they would say, you don't know. So Mike doing what Mike does in Clarendon Central. And it's if we look at Mapen West too, it's just 202, the difference in terms of the vote. So it's a total domination, you would say, for the JLP in this constituency. And even their weakest point in terms of the Mapen West division, they are doing fairly well in there as well, despite not winning it. So it's just a seat that the JLP can pretty much bank on.
Yeah, for sure. I'm looking in the chat. Roshan, what about Southeast St. Elizabeth? Jess is not in Southeast, it's north, it's up north, if you're referring to Jess. And so, in the context of the percentages, we had 64.8% for the JLP and 35.2% for the PNP. I don't know. In the context of the constituency, who can vote? So 33,321. That's the total amount of people who are eligible to vote in this upcoming general elections based on the information that we accessed. All right, and let us see here now. Who will win? Will it be Carla or will it be Delroy? So I know I'm looking in the chat here, and DeAndrea is saying Mike. All right, Curtis, thanks for letting us know. We're up to 85 there. Truth or truth. All right, Elizabeth, welcome, welcome. Elizabeth is saying first timer, very interesting analysis, reviewing previous years to present. Thank you so much, Elizabeth, and we're so happy to have you here with us. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks for hitting that subscription button. Ensure you turn on your post notification because we still have some more parishes to cover or to journey to. All right. I think we're going to St. Anne tomorrow evening after the debate. All right. And let's see here. No contest for Central. JLP all the way. That's what DeAndrea is saying. Just did a little something. All right, Curtis. And Robert, welcome, welcome. All right, so DeAndrea is saying 2025 will be the same. Joel is saying Delroy all the way. I think it might be closer, but JLP should hold on to Central. And DeAndrea is saying one feather. DeAndrea true to the thing in Central. DeAndrea, where in Central are you from? Garmel is saying JLP will win this seat. Curtis is saying feather can lose. And Mike set it to know. All right, Robert. Sean is saying Delroy to win by over 2,000 votes. All right, so on that note, guys, let us see reveal and we'll go to the revelation of our prediction. So if you have not yet hit the like button, what are you waiting for? Now is the time to hit the like button, hit the subscription button, and let us continue to grow stronger together. We'll be here on election night, so if you want a space to view results and to hear results and to call in and talk and tell us all we're going in the constituency, this is a place to be. We just keep it real and respectful, but we'll definitely give you a voice. All right, Garmel is saying just move on, no prediction needed. This one is so obvious. That's what you guys saying. What if we mess up, Ovi? They're not done with the chat. Come on, we still want to see one word say reveal. And DeAndre is saying best MP Clarendon has ever seen. Through General that and Delroy will be, I guess, sitting in a stronghold seat, and it will never turn, I guess, orange. All right, so reveal. Come on now, it's now or never. And if you're just tuning in, I like to sing, but I can't, okay? All right, so I don't know. Obviously, we're not getting the reveal.
The reveal coming, man. The reveal coming. The reveal coming.
So okay, so we
Yeah,
get
because
one
sing the
there.
second
But
line of the song.
yeah, and Deandra, you seem to know a lot about the seat. So at one point with this seat, all right, let's do the revelation of our prediction. So we are predicting that Mr. Delroy Williams is going to take this one. But at one point in that seat, Deandra, because you seem to know a lot there, the Williams, the two Williams. So it was like, Joel Williams, Mr. Delroy Williams, who should go, and I guess the delegates, they spoke, and they're going with, Delroy, and, Joel is remains the mayor. Put it that way. All right. So, all right. Let's just go. Let's just go now to Clarendon Southwestern. So, Southwest Clarendon. And in the context of this constituency, we have Tollgate, we have the following electoral divisions: Tollgate, Yorktown, Milk River, and Racecourse. All right, so welcome, welcome if you're just tuning in. The candidates are for the Jamaica Labour Party, we have Robert Chin, so coming from South Manchester. All right, he was the MP there. And for the PNP, we have Lawton Cousins. All right, so these are your candidates. All right, so let's just move on to 2007. At that point, Noel R. Scott was there and Joel Williams was running on the JLP's ticket. And we see here a clear win for the People's National Party. Close enough there in Tollgate, so you can see that perhaps both parties have, some support there. But that wasn't, that didn't bother the PNP a lot in the context of their results. And when we look at race scores, just 10 separating the parties there. But for sure, Yorktown was clear for the People's National Party and Milk River. So rounding that out to a PNP win. Ovi, over to you.
Yeah, strong performance there, by the PNP to take that seat by over 1,000. And as you said, there are a few of the divisions that are close, Tollgate and Racecourse for sure. But, the disparity in the other two with Yorktown and, Milk River just ensuring that PNP and Mr. Scott taking that seat. So let us see how things went in the 2011 elections.
All right, fantastic. So when we go to 2011, it was a similar story. Now the PNP increased their lead in Tollgate. All right, Yorktown was definitely theirs to keep. Is definitely theirs to keep in this one. Likewise, Milk River. And they extended their lead to in Racecourse now for another big win here for the PNP with the same candidates, Noel R. Scott and Joel Williams. Over to you, Ovi.
Yes, and just looking at the numbers, as I said, when you look at the total counts, and you can see over 2,000, then you know that the candidate dominated, and Noel being in the position there and establishing himself, starting to pull away, and you can see the difference in the number of votes for each electoral division, and that has increased from 2007. So let's see what happens in the 2016 election.
All right, fantastic. Is this Kezia? Welcome. Kezia is saying, why not have green but yellow for the PNP? Where is the orange? I am seeing orange on my screen. I'm not sure what you're seeing on your screen, Kezia, but welcome. Happy to have you there. Joel, Robert, all right. We're at 88. Thanks, Africa. Come on, guys, hit the like button and let us know what color you're seeing for the PNP because I don't know how these things become an issue, but we have green and orange. All right. So, yeah. And when we're dealing with third parties or independent candidates, we go to blue. All right, so I don't know what you get. I have orange on my screen. All right, so that was 2011. Over to 2016. All right, it was similar again, and the PNP, this time it's a new candidate for the JLP, Kent Gammon, but it was the same story. Another big win for the PNP. Ovi, do you have anything to add in this one?
Yes, so Noel going up against a new candidate here, and the new candidate did, Kent did really, he did better than most of his the persons that were in the seats before him. So looking at the toll gate, that one came back a little bit closer, Yorktown. It's not so, but you could see some improvement in the JLP's performance here, but still a dominating win here for Noel or Scott, and it means that this era seemed to be a PNP stronghold. So let's see if the JLP can continue to close down that the number of votes, that the difference in the number of votes between themselves and the PNP in the next election.
All right, so we go to 2020 and we have a new candidate for the PNP, Lawton Cousins, and it was a similar story, a win for the PNP claiming, all the divisions. All right, and we have seen a little bit of decline there for the JLP. Over to you, Ovi.
Yes, Cousins coming into the seat, keeping the PNP flag, I would say, floating high, and Kent not unable to continue the growth that he experienced in the 2016 elections, and it's PNP that it takes this one by over 2,000 votes. And I'm thinking once it's over 2,000 votes, it's a commanding win. So the PNP doing well in this seat, and JLP have lots to do.
All right, so in the context of the 2020 results, all right, we have the PNP getting 59.3% and the JLP 40.7%. All right, so in the context of Clarendon Southwestern, so Southwest Clarendon, who can vote? So 30,265 people are eligible to vote in this constituency for the upcoming general elections. Now, over to who will win. That's the big question. Who will take this seat? So now we can take a few short calls. All right, so give us a call if you'd like, and we would love to hear from you, or you can definitely share in the chat. All right. I see the color conversation going on. Andre saying PNP to hold on to this one. And Cousins will win. Garmel, thanks for sharing. And yeah, Curtis is saying Lawton will win this one. And PMP seat. All right, so let us see reveal and we will go to our prediction. So just type reveal. And we will go to the prediction.
So, are we at 100 yet? Let us know if we are at 100 likes yet, guys. We really want to get to at least 100 tonight, so we're looking forward to your support.
For sure, Robert. I think you're so correct with Mr. Chin. Definitely a difficult task. When I get basket for carry water. But I guess they would have said that to him too in 2020 when he went to South Manchester, because I don't think they were expecting him to win. But but yeah, it is what it is. So reveal. All right, Gavel. All right, so definitely we're predicting that, Lawton Cousins will win this one. All right, so that's our prediction here. And again, we're encouraging you to go and vote for your candidate of choice. If you don't vote, someone else will vote for you. You need to do that for sure. That is definitely important. So now we move to Clarendon Southeastern. All right, so in the context of this constituency or seat, we have the following electoral divisions. So Palmer's Cross, Mineral Heights, Hayes, and Rocky Point. All right, so welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, so let us now move to our candidates. So for this one, we have Pernell Charles Jr. for the JLP and Cian Barneswell for the PNP. All right, so we'll just go into the results. So in 2007, Cian Barneswell actually, ran on the PNP's ticket, and Roddy Spencer, as we call him, ran for the JLP. So as you notice, and you will see in the other results to come, that Hayes is a strong support system for the PNP. All right, and so here we notice Roddy taking all the divisions here to win, and you'll also notice that Rocky is one of those divisions that the JLP rely on very much, all right, as a big support system. Ovi, do you have any comments for this one?
Yeah, it's Roddy Spencer who dominates this one, and let's see if the PNP can build on that stronghold that they have in heels to come back in this one, or it's going to be the JLP that continues to dominate the seat.
All right, so we move now to 2011 with a new candidate, Mr. Lambert, for the PNP going up against, Roddy. And we see here again, they hold on, the PNP, they held on to Hayes, and the JLP won the remaining divisions. And again, now you see the Rocky, the PNP improved there, but still Rocky showed up for the JLP. They took this one, and albeit, close, but, they were still able to hold on to this one for the win. Avi, do you have any comments here?
Yes, it's interesting to look at the final amount of votes, and it shows that, Derek Lambert and the PNP did some work in the electoral divisions, because the win was, just over 100 based on my rough calculation there. And, Roddy just doing enough to hold on to that seat. So, good work there by the PNP. But Roddy and his team did enough to continue to, provide leadership for the constituency.
All right, so we go to 2016. This time, again, another new candidate for the People's National Party. So we had Pat there, so Miss Patricia Duncan Sutherland, and I guess you would know the Duncan sisters. All right, and Roddy remains for the JLP. All right, so as you can see there, Hayes still remains a PNP, strong electoral division, and the JLP, they were able to maintain win in the remaining divisions, and Rocky Point still showing up for them. All right, and so overall, they were able to take this one, albeit the PNP getting over 9,000 votes. Ovi, over to you.
Yes, it's interesting that both parties got over 9,000 votes in this one. And, the fact that PNP changed their candidate as well and getting 9,000 votes, that was good in terms of, maintaining their stronghold and, getting the voters out. And maybe if they were able to keep somebody in that candidate for more than one election, they could probably work and build on that momentum. But Roddy is doing what it takes to win the seat, and he is getting the electors out and voting for him, and he continues to dominate that seat.
All right, so with that win for Pat, all right, we go to 20, not win for Pat, sorry, with that win for Roddy, with Pat there over the 9,000, we go to 2020 where we have Pat still for the PNP. In comes a new candidate for the JLP, and the PNP, they held on to Hayes, and we see here Rocky showing out for the JLP, strong, strong. Mineralites was strong as well, and you can all say Palmer's Cross. So they had, strong showings, and it was a a big win for the Jamaica Labour Party. So from 9,000 to now over 10,000 votes with Pernell Charles Jr. there. Ovi, do you have any comments here?
Yes, and you know what I asked for in terms of PNP maintaining their candidate, and they did that. But you know, Pernell Charles Jr. came in, and you know he got the voters out, touching the 10,000 mark, and you know a 3,000 plus votes win over Patricia Duncan Sullivan, and I'm telling you that is a resounding win, and might indicate that you know Mr. Roddy Spencer was losing that connection with the people, but that was rejuvenated by Mr. Mr. Charles.
All right. So on that note too, I just want to share that Pat has gone to, I don't know, in St. Andrew, that constituency with Miss Favor Williams. So, and I guess after having two defeats and perhaps with that 9,000, over 9,000, she said, you know what? Let me stay. I've been here. Perhaps the people will get me across the line, but that didn't happen. So, you know, Pat is now going to bat with favor. All right, so in the context of the percentages, the JLP got 58.4% and the PNP got 41.6%. So in the context of this constituency, it's huge. Southeast Clarendon, in the context of who can vote, based on the information we received, 46,496 people are eligible to vote. When I look at that, I say, okay, perhaps a party is really working to get people on the voters list. So we'll see come September 3rd what happens with this constituency in the context of the votes. All right, so we go to the big question. Who will win this one? Will it be Sian? All right, coming back. And to give you some context, he's also councillor. I was former mayor, just to put some context in there for Mr. Barneswell. Or will we see Mr. Charles, you know, winning back this one? All right, so we can take some quick calls. The phone line is open. If you'd like to give us a call, we just ask that you keep it real and respectful. All right, we don't bash anyone, we don't belittle anyone, and we don't disrespect anyone. And I'm looking in the chat here, and let us see. I'm just going to see where I left off. PNP took his. All right, Kevin, yes. Robert is saying Charles will win by 1,000 votes. All right. Garmel is saying that's Roddy's turf. Oh, okay. I see now. Rocky Point. Okay. All right. Joel, truth or truth? I see you there in the chat. Okay. Mr. Charles will win comfortably. All right. Joel. Garmel is saying Pernell is going to lose this one. Curtis. So far, the data is not supporting that. I guess that Pernell is going to lose. And Shani is saying she will get a seat in the Senate if she loses this seat. I guess you're referring to Pat there. And Gavor is saying Pat is now in Eastern St. Andrew up against Fayetteville. And Kezia is saying 2020 people did not come out to vote. The PNP did not come out to vote. There are other things affecting that Kezia, and we spoke about that, and I don't want to get into those politics, all right? But within the PNP, there was a division, and that impacted the polls. All right, this seat has a high voter turnout. Yeah, they have, and based on what we see, over 46,000 can vote there. Pat is in Eastern. All right. Andre saying she will lose again there. All right, when we get there, Andre and Kevin, we did not visit the local government for this one. It will Shani saying it will be closer, but Charles will retain. And Robert Patu, okay. All right, Robert. All right, Gavor. And I see you guys truth or truth. Sian is more popular than Patricia in Clarendon as a former mayor, so that should give him a little edge. Remember that he contested the seat before. It's not his first time. Davian, I see you there. All right, so guys, if you're ready for the reveal, just type reveal in the chat and we will go to our prediction. All right, so just type that in the chat and we will go to our prediction. And if you have not yet hit the like button, what are you waiting for? The easiest ways to support us is by liking, subscribing, sharing. All right. If you want to get super in the chat, that is okay. But we just kindly ask that you hit the like button, hit the subscription button, share, 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 and bring a friend tomorrow evening. All right. We see reveal. All right. All right, Davian and Andre. So in the context of our prediction, our predicted winner is Pernell Charles Jr. All right, so Pernell is our predicted winner. All right, so that's the prediction there. And really, that's the end of the seats there in Clarendon for sure. All right, so there you have it. No, you just need to go out and vote. All right, so we share the information with you. We do not decide elections, so don't come and cuss us out. We have nothing to do with election more than, we know that we can exercise our democratic right and we're encouraging you to do that. All right, go out and exercise your democratic right. That is your right to vote. All right, let us know in the chat, do you have any final comments? And we're always seeking ways, how to improve our program here. So you can let us know in the chat. We want to go to St. Anne. Is it St. Anne we're going tomorrow, Ovi? I believe so.
Yeah, we
Curtis
should be
is
heading
saying,
over to St. Anne's tomorrow. So, guys, come out and let's see how things will go in St. Anne's. So, remember to
Andre. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so just come out and just remember to hit the subscription button, turn your post notification on so you know exactly when we go live so you can come and contribute. So thank you so much for being here and for contributing so far. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow as well.
Fantastic. So in Andre, our prediction for Northwest Clarendon, so that's the one with Mr. Azan, and newbie, our prediction was for Mr. Azan, highlighting that it was going to be a close one. All right, so that was the prediction there. All right, so 6 constituencies, and yeah, that was the prediction there. All right, Davian is saying Crystal will win. It's a 3 JLP, 1 PNP in St. Anne. We're coming over there, so we'll see what happens tomorrow night. All right, for sure. So, guys, do not leave here without hitting the like button and the subscription button. You're definitely welcome, Andre. And, to all our listeners, supporters, silent listeners too, I know you're listening and perhaps you don't want to be in the chat. And we understand too. And that is why when the callers call, we don't ask them to identify themselves because we want to maintain a safe space. And sometimes, you see, sometimes we're just here sharing and people are coming here to attack us. We are sharing our views, and if the view that we are sharing is saying, okay, this seat is going for the PNP, you just have to let it be. Share your view and tell us, okay, it's going to go for the JLP because, or if we share that it's going for the JLP, Share your view and tell us it's going to go to the PNP. Guys, we don't do the fighting and the agarella something. Because at the end of the day, we're all Jamaicans, right? And so we need to have this. So see, after election, when no vex, when somehow we happy after the day and the result, we'll be here for it, all right? So come and tell us, say, boy, vices, you know, so they not vote in the candidate and are they voting the candidate or you come and say vice so we tell you say so and so and they go win even though no predict so and so and so. And yes, we want to be here, all right. 96 guys, thanks Africa for letting us know. Keep hitting the like button, keep hitting the subscription button. So it's just a space, guys, where we can hear from each other. You know, my understanding is that some of the platforms they're just one-sided, so you can go there with any opposition in the context of views. So we want to hear both sides because even in your own family setting, not everybody is going to share the same view. When you go to school in a class, you know, everybody has a different view sometimes about a particular topic, and you know it's just like that. It's the same thing. So why do we do it with politics, you know? This hostility as if somebody cannot hold another view. You know, that's what we need to understand, that you know it's just a view and we are okay with it. All right, we are okay with it. Davian is saying, don't be surprised if JLP wins Southeastern. We're not gonna talk about Tina Davian tomorrow night. Cheyenne is saying JLP will win 52 seats. No, they are not gonna win JLP, but I don't think we're gonna win 52 seat. I was predicting we're gonna win 42. Okay, okay. And Davian is saying it's hard not to disrespect. Um, and we don't want to do that. And Davian, you have been doing very well, and I expect that you're going to continue to do well. But just keep it real and respectful, guys. It's not so hard and it's not so difficult. We can't let these things separate us, all right? Shayad is saying, people, if you don't register to vote, don't come in here and make noise. If you don't have a vote, I don't want to hear anything from you. All right? I don't, yeah. So you need to be voting. My knowledge giving me 52. 52 what? In terms of seats for the party there, Gavor? Yeah, so guys, we're coming down to gravy, and I really want to thank you so much for the most part. You see where, you know, some people just wanted to mess with the vibe, but you know, as I say, when some people go low, you just you know better, so you do better, you go high. And we are not a political platform. If you check this platform, we because this is obviously something that we follow, we do quite a lot with programs. So we do athletics, so Diamond League finals coming up. So we have fans, supporters, community members who are relying on us for that. We do current affairs, we do schoolboy football, you know, we're here. Champs, boys and girls champs. So it's really a good place to be. And so we'll be here. We'll talk about the issues for sure. And, you know, we have something for everyone. All right. So it's not just politics. All right. And let me see here. When do you start tomorrow? So, see, Ilton, welcome. We are going to be on after the debate and perhaps after that 30 minutes because the debate starts at 9, and so maybe about 10:45 there-ish. And yeah, because I know everybody's going to watch the debate, so we can't compete with those programs, and they're going to be streamed on YouTube too. So we'll be, and we want to see too. We want to see. That's the truth. But for the debate on Thursday night, with the some people have been asking us to do it. Perhaps we will do that. After the debate with the opposition leader and the prime minister, we perhaps might take some calls and see. But we really want to get to all the parishes. St. Catherine is very big and long, so that is why we're not doing St. Catherine tomorrow. So we're going to perhaps go to St. Anne, and we're going to aim to get St. Catherine done Wednesday night because it's huge in the context of constituencies. So we're going to try to do that. And then, Kingston and St. Andrew is another story, but for sure. All right. So, yes, guys. So, again, thank you so much. And remember, the word is love. Love your neighbor, love your family members. It doesn't matter their views or whatever they choose to do in the context of, parties that they're supporting. Just love each other. At the end of the day, we're all Jamaicans. Let's keep the peace and love, and I love to see those beautiful campaign moments when we can see JLP and PNP hugging, and it's okay. We need to normalize those things, all right? We don't need the hostility. So on that note, let me see what I've missed, all right? What is gonna count is your vote on September 3rd. Okay, definitely, Cheyenne. What we're saying over here, we're just speaking our mind over here, but election night is the real, definitely, definitely, that's the thing I'm saying. All right, and if the JLP win one seat in Westmoreland, one in Hanover, one in Trelawney, two in St. Mary, one in St. Thomas, two in Portland, four in Mobay, three in St. Anne, and all the remaining safe seats, we win. All right. All right. So Davian is saying, why not before the debate? Because I'll have to. Well, perhaps that could be a consideration. We'll try. We'll see how it goes because we have different things doing to. We'll see. We'll try. All right, Davian. But we'll send the link out so you guys and make sure you turn on your post notification. Good night to you, Garmel. One love and blessings, blessings. Thanks for your support. No, the debate will be on YouTube, Cheyenne, so you can access the debate there. A lot of people is gonna watch. I always watch a nationwide. Because it's so much, we don't try to compete. A lot of people, yes, but I don't know. I doubt it though, Cheyenne. And Garmel is saying 3 more likes people, and it look like 100 that, right? We can't even see that. And Saint Elizabeth, all right, truth. So on that note, guys, blessings and love. Really appreciate the support and the love. Continue to subscribe, continue to share. Tell a friend and another friend or a family member to come and join us in the evenings. And at the end of this, we're going to do one big thing and do our final tally up with all the predicted winners and see what the total is. Obviously, we haven't really tallied anything. We just go through the slides and you perhaps have a better understanding of the numbers than us here because we're just in different spaces working. And so, yeah, we're doing our best to get everything done. I'm not sure if we can stream it, but so this is it. I think both sides they're sharing, and then you have TVJ and all the other media people. Because I don't know if the Jamaica you have even what's that channel called, the government channel. It's just everywhere. So we'll see. We'll definitely see. But I know you guys love the interactions. We could talk and definitely we'll see if we can talk about that tomorrow too. But if we do the debate, if we do the after the debate, it's going to impact, our predictions. And we want to get the predictions out. Yeah, for sure. But perhaps we'll do one big talk about the debates on Thursday, maybe. So we'll see what happens. All right. Thank you guys so much. And on that note, we're going to go to some music and sign out of this one. Ovi, thank you so much for all your support and love. Blessings and love, everyone. Remember to keep the peace, show love, and we'll see you back in the next live. All right, guys, take care and bye for now.